Captain.
Dear Cousin Charles, by the time you receive this letter, I shall be in my final resting place. I bequeath you a magnificent ancestral home we call Chapelwaite.
What do you think? Hardly know what to say myself.
I'm Sari Cohen with Hollywood First Look. I'm here right now with Emily Hampshire, and we're talking about her outstanding new series, Chapelwaite. It's so nice to meet you, Emily.
To meet you. Thank you.
You are coming off of this successful comedy like Schitt's Creek, and you're jumping into Chapelwaite, this psychological supernatural thriller. What excited you most about switching gears from Stevie Budd to Rebecca Morgan?
Well, it was first my agent, who I've had since I was her first client. I've been together since we were 13. And when I was younger, there was this thing called miniseries, and they used to be a lot of period pieces. And a lot of the time when I would play the mother of 7 children on a farm. And then Schitt's Creek happened and I no longer played those parts. And so when it ended, she was like, I want you out of those plaids, out of those baggy jeans. And I guess being in a corset was the furthest she could take that. So that was her push. But then when I read it, it was so crazy because I had just sold my own show that I was going to be a writer on. And I was reading Stephen King's book called On Writing when this came in to play a writer. So that's why I think Rebecca is kind of like the female Stephen King.
I was going to ask you about Stephen King and your appreciation for him, because obviously I know he wasn't involved in the production of it, but I heard you had his blessing every step of the way. How did that feel?
Amazing. I mean, check in that bucket list. Also, to play a writer in a Stephen King thing, like he does put writers in his stories a lot, and it feels like an extra honor, and one who doesn't have to deal with worms. So,
your family has a reputation.
Your children, are they Christian?
Some blame Chapelwaite for the illness in town.
The Boones are surrounded by misfortune.
Father, are we safe here?
Once the people see that there's nothing to fear, this animosity will diminish.
Unless there is something to fear. I see things that aren't real.
You have feelings for him?
I have feelings for all of them.
Talk to me about working opposite of Adrien Brody. I mean, were you able to keep any levity on set? What was this like?
You know, what's really funny is that while what I love about Adrien, I mean, aside from being a great actor, is he really has that kind of face and presence of like old timey. So you're just like, he's right there. You're in that world if you're talking to him. But what I didn't know about him was he is so funny. He is really, really funny. So I really appreciated that, because especially on things that are darker, I can't help but see the funny stuff. So that was great to work with him.
The point that was brought up was like Chapelwaite begs the question, is it ever really possible to escape the sins of our fathers? Will viewers get an answer to that question? Like, what deep thoughts do you think this series evokes?
Well, I love that it asked that question. It's what I personally, I watch a lot of murder documentaries. I watch a lot of true crime. That's my thing, because I'm interested in that mind. And I'm also interested in, like, is this person crazy, or is this person raised a certain way, or there's all those questions. And I think it's so interesting to have something set in that time period with that question, because, you know, he couldn't go to therapy.
Everyone, Chapelwaite premieres on Epix on August 22nd. I'm Sari Cohen. I'll see you next time.
Bad things are coming.
All that you believe is madness. That is my curse. Only I can save you.